Welcome, guys. Freaking Wednesday. What kind of we have? Why not say one thing? We did the thing. We finally kissed. So it's something to celebrate, I guess. We've been waiting for that moment for ages. Finally, we are kissing. So now, how are we gonna deal with it? Let's gonna check on the chart because so far there is quite a lot of things to be talk about it. Happy to see that we are breaking out of the freaking range that we've been staying there for like 2.5 months or even longer. But right now, we need to get into the deal that we take care quite good. Where are we aiming for? Because this could go in both scenarios, technically. The scenario that I had is that we're gonna run the lows and we're gonna do the V bottom. That's not anymore on the table. But there are another two scenarios right now. Always something. But anyhow, moving on the charts, and the thing that we are aiming right now is if we're going to break the 18.10% on VIX. That's quite important because that's the range that we stay into it. That's the high that you technically going to break if the market's going to do some volatility movements into it. By the way, as well, I just remember today or right now or whatever is going on with the current and tariffs in US and appealing on that one. So I'm not really like into that, but I just heard so things happening that might give quite a lot of volatility. And I guess we are technically aiming and facing right now on it. It's delayed. Yeah, apparently it's gonna be delayed forever, like every single court case. But anyhow, we're still dealing with that 80 level of VIX. Breaking that, we will see some quite hard volatility coming in into the 20s or maybe even higher up. Let's see. It's been a while. We've been ranging in this whole low perspective on VIX for quite a long time, same as on the market. So right now we are getting back into the volatility. This might go both ways, but let's see how we're going to deal with that. So far, this is good. Be aware if there's going to be a pullback, we will face some movements. Now moving on Dixie, as I've been mentioning, we hit 98.7 last week. We had that reverse candle on that one, but we still continue into the bigger stuff, and this one is still holding us down. But no matter what, we are still setting on the bodies higher high and higher lows. So this is still technically continuation into the resistance area. Be aware, because if that's gonna break, we're gonna quite heavily fly into the $100. So that's a little bit more a pullback on the market, and dollar is gonna fly off into the bigger resistance that we are facing from almost mid last year. So really keep that in mind. Like take those charts over and know those levels because they are really important, and make sure you are setting the alerts on them because this is serious resistance right now. If we start to break, that's technically great for the market. We're going to continue, we're going to fly off, but there is another but on that one perspective as well. So anyhow, Dixie is still in the continuation. So overall, the total tree, we did settle the higher high. We had a small pullback into the mid range of that whole movement. We didn't even came back into the lows, so potentially that's good. Right now, this is the moment if you're gonna settle another higher high. If that's gonna be the case, right, I'd rather do settle a higher high and have a pullback on the market and then grind it out, right, like that. Or even set a sideways move and then do the bigger movement into the highs of the 985. So let's see how we're going to deal that. So far, we still didn't settle a higher high on the body because we didn't close it on the daily yet, and not even on the wick. So overall, the most important is we need to settle a higher high on the wick on the whole market to be confirm the high of that, right? Pulling back, we still can go back right now in 888.2. Breaking that, that's gonna collapse a little bit more lower. So eventually you don't want that. Let's see how we're gonna be dealing with the volatility soon. Now, gold still flying off. We're still setting higher highs on that one. And technically, this still can go even higher, filling the whole wick on PEX. That said, we don't have that on gold, but only on PEX. So this is still setting the sentiment to go higher. Same thing on silver. Still didn't change up my lines. Didn't bother yet. This is still flying off. This is still going up. And I bet you we're going to see quite soon the $100 on that perspective. So that's good. Now, quite interesting. Not so much of thing that I'm looking at it, but it's still interesting that in the whole move into the upside, we did create the CME gap, right? So technically it's a little bit higher, but it's with the wick. So let's assume it's this quite small one, but it is a CME gap. Rarely we see a CME gap with that kind of push or movements. Like we had a small one over here that been filled. So if you're gonna see something like that, yeah, could be potentially. So yeah, something to consider as well. There is one more even below that, but I hope we're not gonna reach that so far. And then secondly, that's as well a bit odd, but eventually we're still pushing it higher on the dominance on Bitcoin. So not so much on the alts that are flying left and right, not that heavily, but still we are pushing higher. So right now we are at the level that we need to break or make it, because that's the first resistance that we're aiming for, 59.6 that we're mentioning. Regaining that, you get into the high of 59.9. Regaining that, then of course this is going to be still into the continuation higher, right? It's good or bad for you, it's up to you which one you want the market goes. I don't care technically which way the market goes, so I'm playing it both ways either way. Of course, the most best scenario is that we're going to nuke through the 58.4. That's for the alts and everything that's going to fly off. But so far, this is still almost trying to settle a new high. Just be aware of that. Now, moving on, and I'm going to go back a little bit more on the long and short, because I forgot to mention something. So this is the first touch since the October we had dip, right? The thing is, the first scenario that I've been talking about is all of that, okay? Eventually, if you look and zoom in quite closely, do you see this breakout over here, right? And technically, this is the same structure that we've been doing right now, right? So we have all of that, and we do have this breakout of this range, right? And on that breakout, this is the first touch that you had since this momentum. This could lead that we're gonna do something similar, right? We had almost the first touch over here, and then the second time we touched with each other. So technically, this is still in place, that we could have that pullback, maybe not that heavy into the new lows. To be honest, I will not be even surprised if you're gonna run the lows and then gonna do the bigger move upside, right? Same thing, because there is shitloads of liquidity and way too much free runs. So yeah, we could still potentially do that. That's going to be invalid if we regain this hip. Regaining this hip right now without even a pullback, right? Or grinding it into that, that's going to invalid all the stuff that we're going to do into the lows. Because then you start to change character. Okay, so that's the first change of character. Right now you are aiming into the resistance of that, right? We still could do the underside retest, and then we continue or fail. So yes, possibly still in place. That's one scenario, right? So just want to mention that. I'm not sure if that's clear or people understand what I mean. I'm going to try to show you that later in the charts as well. Metric wise, bulls are still pushing on the daily, so that's quite good. We are still holding up, quite overheated, and we are really heavy into the 71 already % of large caps. Last time we've been there, That's October area. So yeah, let's see if we're going to continue or we're going to see some small pullback. We regain all those 2 hips. That's good. Now we are facing into that area. So first thing first, on the side retest of or test of the wick is right now happening. So the area what we are right now is the underside retest of this whole structure over here. Little more higher up on 101K. That's the resistance that you're aiming of the structure. So let's see how we're going to deal with that first. Okay. Now, capital flow index, as I've been mentioning as well, the high of the Bitcoin. Last time we've been there, that's in June. So quite a long time ago. We've been that high on capital flow index. No matter that, even we got above that 60%, there is still a chance for the pullback. And this could lead for a little bit more of heavier pullback if things as VIX, we are here, start to go higher, Dixie start to go higher, and SPX start to get into the over the middle line. Together with that, and that start to get a little bit more scary, because if you look at it on the daily, you see this green line, that's the USDT. All of USDT right now is into the market, right? So people are not sitting on the side with the money, they're sitting into all of this area or even more. What happened if your positions start to get quite heavily into the good area? So that means in the take profit. You take profit, right? You take some area off. So if USDT start to get higher up, that means people start to flip, selling the positions into the profit. That could lead into a pullback as well, because this is a daily side. So I want to show you something as well that I've been mentioning on stream, but I couldn't join because I was in a freaking meeting on Viking. This is as well super interesting right now what we are doing. So let's try to show it like that. I hope it's going to be visible before I'm going to move on the Bitcoin chart. So last year, December, right? That was the last year of the December area. And this December, this year, or last year, like, sorry, 2024 December, right? Year before. And last year, the 2025, fucking, I need to get used to the new year. Technically, around the same area, we had that whole flip of USDT into the market, right? Which you're seeing right now. So, like, we could even go a little bit lower, like we used to do it over here, possible. But if we start to reverse, and you see it over here as well, that whole thing reverse, and Bitcoin start to go quite low as well, right? So technically, on this whole capital flow index, you had a V bottom effect over here. That's freaking awesome to see. Actually, you don't see that quite often, but this is as well a V bottom what we create after that. So this was the whole run up. We had the pullback, and then we created V bottom, and then we spiked higher up. That was the whole all-time high of what we did then in that moment. So could we do it again? Hopefully, yeah. Why not? That's only shows on the daily. Right? Weekly wise, they are still in quite heavily tight on the side, right? So we don't have that daily or weekly break of the whole investment into the crypto like we used to have. So that's not yet coming. So that might be getting back into the high when we're gonna reach again on Bitcoin. But so far, this is only on daily. So for me, that was quite interesting to see. And this flip, like I want the Bitcoin continue stays higher. That's fine. And USDT go low, but that will flip eventually. If that start to flip, when we start to get close to each other again over here, same area, we start to flip, then we're gonna have that reversal momentum, right? Use something that I want to show. Maybe it's not clear. Maybe you guys think that I'm crazy. Fine by me, but I like to see those kind of patterns play out, or either way, see them on the charts. And that's why we have the capital flow index, right? Like those things happening. And if you go back, it's been quite often and yearly basis that it happened, right? Here as well, flipped of it. Here as well, we flipped, right? Or even lower. So switch it on, play around and see for yourself. But then yeah, this still could do exact the same pattern, right? This flip and then do that bigger move. Could be. If not, we still gonna aim higher up. But then, and only then, there are some things that it not really worries, but it's gonna look a little bit different when we're gonna start to aim for the high time frame stuff. So we broke out of this freaking range finally, right? I'm even fine that we broke out to the upside first. That's fine. We took out those resistance area, and right now we are aiming to get back at this. Right, so the first aim is 98.8. So that's the first retest of the whole wick low, right? If you're gonna see the pullback, then we start to get back at the weekly, maybe below the May. Like Viking is worried that we're gonna break and get back at the below the May. Like I'm not worried about that. Like I don't even mind we're gonna get back at this and set a proper high low for a bigger movement. So then you have a continuation. Like I'm more on that side. Right? Like I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried if we start to break below yearly. That's the only worry what I have. December, I don't care about that because we've been freaking testing that for like ages already. I don't care about that. The only thing what's untested and what could bring us a little bit lower is the yearly. That's the only thing. But now it gets juicy. Because if we start to get higher up on Bitcoin right now without even a pullback, that's fine. Like I don't care about that. So this is the next resistance area, right? So the area between the 101 and 106, that's your resistance, right? So most likely we will see some pullback on that one, right? And if not, if we're really gonna carry on higher up, I'm much more on the side that the pullback, that's not gonna be a pullback anymore. That's gonna be a freaking dump, right? Why? But I think Viking mentioned that as well. Not sure, because then and only then you are aiming for something like that, and this afterwards, without even stopping, right? And that's not even crazy because this pin blowed out as well. Same thing, exact the same thing what happened over here, but then we had the even continuation. But then that confirms that we are in this whole area instead of this. That's still fine. We start to continue that, right? And going really heavy into the highs, then yes, we start to see something like that because that's resistance. Like, believe me, quite similar what we're having over here. And either way, and I'm freaking don't like that to call that, but this is a dick move or head or shoulders or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we used to be here as well, right? Same thing. Technically, this is as well head and shoulders, right? Bit odd, but yeah. I'm sorry, I'm drawing dicks on my chart, but I don't know how to draw it differently. Head and shoulders. But yeah, so those are the two scenarios that still could play out. Eventually, right now, we are aiming to go higher up. That's fine. So on a weekly basis, what do we need to wait? We need to wait to the weekly ends, and that's on Sunday. Till that time, shitloads things can change, right? A lot of things can change. Either way, like we even could do this if this start to retrace. I mean, freaking you don't want that this whole body and candle's gonna retrace, but all possible so far. But either way, this is still in continuation. What's good? And we should be, right? But yeah, without even a pullback, with all those fair value gaps below us and even the gaps and shitloads of liquidity left. And yeah, watch out if we start to pulling back. So far, this is the aim, right? The next area that we aim is first thing first, underside retest of 98.8. Why? Let me make it a little bit more easier on you. Flip the chart. What's the first thing that you get close to when you retrace? body wise, or this structure is nothing. This is just a slide technically, but then behind that you still have those wicks that could technically form as a resistance. We've been there. I'm not sure if you guys remember this, right? Same thing as well, react as a resistance, right? So here as well, react as a resistance, right? And look at that. It technically as well played out. Same thing, sideways move, explosive move, and then around the lows, get back. Technically the same thing. We're doing all of those patterns quite a lot of times. People don't realize that, but they are there. So this is still the same thing. So yeah, next area of interest is between 101 and 105, right? Or 106, whatever. That's your resistance. Any break of structure of that one, that means on time frame, 1 hour-ish, I'd get into that, start to see something like this, then yeah, you start to break your stuff and pulling back. First thing first, your support. Low time frame support is here. That's fine. Your high time frame is below around 90. Not sure we're gonna get there yet, but that's so far the whole aim. And we are way overextended, and we are way over divergent already. High time frame as well. The high frequency bots, they are already switched on, and price still carry on. So small break still could lead for a pullback into that. So I think that's it all. Liquidity wise, there is not much left. There's, yeah, small liquidity leverage left. But yeah, look at that. Fucking hell. Get that, and you're gonna, if you get that, then I'm certain we're gonna spike into the 150, and we might wick even into the 120. That trampling of fucking liquidity over here, Jesus, ballistic. But yeah, so far we still getting higher, and it looks like we might see some weakness coming in on low time frame. Yeah, see, we are way over divergence. Break that, coming back. Break already this, pulling back. That's your short. Small scalp short, right? Don't get ballistic. Just something to keep in mind to look at it. If you want to see anything small or first break of structure, that's your low time frame break of structure over here, right? Bet you that Stu is gonna be all about it as well. He's gonna aim for one more long position on it or whatever. But yeah, that's definitely on in place. We are getting through low liquidity. So as much as appealing it was, we took most of it already. So let's see. But this is still in continuation till we're gonna break something. Be aware of that. That's really important. People don't realize something if it is in continuation, or are we breaking or regaining something. And okay, there it is. We have even small 2 order blocks above us. So this as well, like a bit more of a resistance forming. Let's see if we're gonna reach it. Yeah, and that's quite nice actually, because it start to get, yeah, it formed already on 101 for the 4-hour swing. Failure. So that's good. That's the resistance. I will need to update my levels. I'm gonna do it maybe later on. Was a bit busy today to do that before the stream. But yeah, this is technically all on Bitcoin so far. And I just want to see one more thing before I'm gonna move on. Nice. Yeah, I was technically thinking we're gonna be a little bit more higher up, but that's fine as well. So yeah, there it is. We took most of the liquidity right now. What does the daily look like? That's bet you that's gonna be exactly support forming in, and we are taking quite heavily into the highs. Last time we've been there, right? Like in the area of light green, let's say that's the 20 axis. I don't know. Yeah, 20 axis. So last time we've been in the 20 axis, we had something like that already, right? Or even this over here. Last time we've been into the highs of the 10 axis. I can never even remember that stuff. Yeah, 10 or 5 axis. That's been on the dump. So great stuff. Use as a reminder. And did the weekly change or not? Yeah. Oh. That's interesting. Oops. Okay. This shit is quite interesting. I don't know why I switched on the liquidity on a weekly time frame. Why does it? Yeah, now it shows. And look at that, guys. We broke from all of that stuff. We took all of the liquidity, and now we are grinding into the core. So, in my perspective, every single time you do that, technically it looks like a underside retest. So you test all the liquidity, you grab most of it, and then it could send you quite heavily lower, right? So reverse that, right? And we're gonna see something like that. Like for example, imagine we are over here, right? We did all of that stuff. See that? You don't want that. Technically, it depends in which perspective you're looking at the market, but you want it or not. But this could happen then, right now, because we are coming from the highs. We get all of the liquidity into the lows. We are grinding into the high liquidity. And right now we are testing it or not. We could go a little bit higher and then we could do, not that, this is quite extreme, but then one more wipe to start to regain that liquidity, right? Yeah, it's something to consider as well. Where are we and what we could do, right? So that could play quite perfectly as well with the resistance what we are having over here, getting higher up, close the wick below or somewhere into that area, try to pull back and then try to do something like that. Could be. Or we just gonna fucking nuke into the bear market. Can't wait for that. But yeah, this is what we are facing right now, right? Same thing over here. Exact the same. Oh, this I didn't even notice that. Look at that. Right? High time frame liquidity, weekly wise. The first touch. What did you got? Retracement, and then you send it. Is it possible that we're gonna do it again? Yeah. We're doing technically the same thing, a bit extended. So yeah, something to consider and keep in mind, please. Because if you look back and you backtest all of that stuff, it's quite perfect how it works. Right, same here. Yeah, that's the stuff that I've been talking about last year, last thing. You send it back and then. So yeah, be aware of that stuff. High time frame is always scary. And it's always interesting as well at the same time. Monthly, did it bear market change? Monthly wise? Dang. We stopped on it quite heavily. Last time we've been there. Interesting. But yeah, that's all on Bitcoin. To be honest with you, right now I would like to go through some alts and see what we did. What did Hype do? So I think I mentioned that for already like a couple weeks that we could expect some bounces from those areas, and the first one played out quite small, you can say. The second one, I didn't want it to get back at that low. Why? Because you start to easily break your freaking support at that. And unfortunately, we closed below. Still holding on the main support. Still holding on the main support, but eventually I don't like that we broke all of that stuff that we've been creating for ages. Now is the place like, yeah, we did regain that hip. That's fine. Now we need to hold it. So coming back at it, so even in this support or holding above 23 for hype could potentially send us back into the high. I would like to see that. But yeah, so far it was a quite nice move. What did we do here? Like, let's say from body to body, 13%. Perfect. Really nice. Are we out of the woods? No, we are still in the range on hype. So we are still in between 23 and 28. We still didn't regain that. It's a good one. We are holding. We don't break anything to the downside, like the majorly, but something to consider. Injective. So there are gonna be couple coins that I mentioned this in altcoin section on Discord, and Injective, AVAX, and there was one more I don't remember. This freaking hold on market makers, this been sketchy as fuck, because running the lows and sending it into the high, regaining tackling on the body but not setting a higher high, this is fucking evil. But it is quite nice if you catch the move. I didn't care about that much yet about it. I did set a small short from eventually somewhere over here with the wick as my stop loss. Is this still potentially able to reach? Most likely. Right now, I would not like to go there just because we settled that high from that regain that range. Failing that, let's hope we're gonna settle on yearly open over here, on this yearly open, and we're gonna stay above it. But all said, we still potentially could grab all that liquidity because it is freaking juicy, right? Don't get me wrong. Same thing, it's on AVAX. So AVAX eventually did settle a higher high. That's good. So I'm not if you start break the December level weekly or whatever, still could be potentially getting back at all of those liquidity or wick into that, close that fair value gap over here, or even retest the yearly. That's still fine, right? Even that, I'm not worried about AVAX just because there is much more to the history side of it and into the low. So I will not even concern to break this low if you settle right now. Like, it would be awesome if you're gonna hold on that one and still continue. Fine, by all means, right? This even you could potentially say like you could try to take this trade over here. Oh, it's fucking hell. I can even make it much more easier on you here. Use the super fips, right? If you like, then that's your first target because technically this is still continuation into the highs. And if that fails, you still have bigger one below. So there it is. Renda. Quite interesting as well. Bit sideways. Still aiming for the November support. On that one, like if Renda comes into the yearly, fucking I would like to put my house onto that one. Just because all of that liquidity and all of this freaking liquidity below, this is crazy. What Render did from the yearly open, it's ballistic. I missed that whole thing. Like, I didn't realize it did 1x from fucking yearly open without even retesting it. It didn't even flinch. Like, look at that. Send it straight up. Like, crazy stuff. This is super crazy for me. So eventually, like, I would not like to come back at the yearly, but then, yeah, free ride. Right now, Render, you seriously need to hold on November. This support over here, that's your main goal. Just because after the high, you set on a new higher high. So this is your new place to be hold on. Hopefully it will, because I'm gonna be keeping Render quite close to me right now. Solana, same thing. I don't think we're gonna get back at the yearly. Technically on it, we could, because sometimes Solana likes to break this small pattern. So you have the up movement, high, low, and higher high, right? And then you could something like that. So right now, we're sitting technically at the same position on it, right? You have the low, high, low, higher high, and we could wipe all this out without even breaking the major of the support, because we don't. We just break it locally. That's fine. And then freaking send it. Possibly, I'm not so heavily on that one anymore. Right now, I'm more much aiming for the December level, not at the level itself, but just because it's significant on the below the support. That's the support that you should buy or long anything from it. Keep in mind, stop loss below the wick. If you start to get lower, then yearly it is, and that's a no-brainer, I guess, right? Following up with Aster. That one had some significant moves as well. Funny enough, we didn't set a new high on it, so it is what it is. It still could, potentially, or maybe not. So I hope CZ is happy with his gem and Hyperliquid Killer, but so far it's still sideways. Yes, it was a really nice move. I mentioned that 16%. I mentioned that on the stream. I think we're gonna go a little bit into that support area, or we're gonna do some sketchy thing and wick into that one below this and then send it. What Aster likes to do. And so far we did quite nice price action on it. Yes, technically on the body we broke the structure, but on the wick we didn't get settle higher low, lower low, sorry. But then you regain that hip. So technically coming back right now, you're still aiming for the yearly open, or it's gonna do that freaking wick, camel wick, and then close anything and send it again. Still, this is the range on it, so not much change. Still, we're not gonna regain the 0. What's that? 8. Yeah, 8.0. So yeah. Oh, let me just check on Eve. One more. Oh, that sucks. I remember I said that Eve looks quite better than Bitcoin last week, but so far you still didn't set a new higher high. You did break the structure, that's fine, but overall, you're still stuck in this range. But hey, it still can do that. So either way, Eve going back at the this freaking clutter of levels. That's your support as well. That's the weekly and freaking all of the dailies that's been stacked over here. You don't want to lose that. Coming back and then do it again, you are still fine to regain that. But sadly, it didn't do it right now because it had a lot of freaking free liquidity there. But okay, it is what it is. So it's still potentially to do that. If you start to fail or lose your 3.2, then yeah, going back into the support. And of course, you have this high liquidity already laying down here. Grab and bounce from it. So that's still in the continuation. Like bigger picture overall, it's still fine. Like nothing to worry about. Oh, daily close quite higher up. So then that's better. Wait, did we? Oh, okay. Never mind. It's a sneaky close on the daily. Perfect. But still, potentially a pullback or hold this, then it's fine, right? If the daily close higher than that structure, then I'm happy with it. And then you just need to hold it, send it higher, or quick pullback and then do it. Yeah, I think that's all, guys. Are we seeing any? Nope. Yeah, 5-minute, but that's just a small, tiny structure. Nothing major. You would like to concern a little bit more about the 96 tree. Break that and you have your full break of character. But hey, there is a beginning of it. Let's see how we're going to continue. So far, so good, I guess. And yeah, let's see. This as well, I like to keep an eye on render lately. So I'm quite sour that I missed that 1x movement on it. Just because like render been like on the side for so long time. On my perspective, like this stuff and all of that over here, that freaking sideways, like gee, I didn't bother at all. But here, that you could even predict that freaking move as well quite nicely. So looking back, and this is hindsight, of course, like don't get it like something like magical or something. So overall, what you want to do is to hold on this low, right? This hip over here. And you need to break this. So already what you can see, that's been already freaking tested, right? And quite nicely, we've been holding above it. Look at that. First breakout from it, retrace, and we did quite scammy retrace on it. We broke this hip and we slide a little bit lower, but holding on the mid structure. Like this doesn't get better. Like to the T, perfect. Bang on. Mid range, bend it. Inside. Right, it's a good one. A freaky good one. Dang. So yeah, lovely people. Are you content with the information? Are you understanding what I try to mention, try to show you, and as well which kind of possibilities are laying there for us? Let me go through the chat. Unreal is kissing, mate. The big boys are. That's true. Yeah, that's true. The big boys, they don't kiss. They don't care. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, retail need to have some romance, I guess. It is delayed. What's delayed, Mark? I don't remember what I talked half hour ago. What do you mean with delayed? 5 minutes breaking. Yeah, kind of. Epic says thank you. You're welcome, Q. Nice to have you as well. It's been a while. Yes, that's as well. Yeah, that's support week high. Yeah, that's what Viking's been talking. Yeah, this. This is typical breakout structure. Right, you breaking out, getting back support, and you set on a new high. Right, typical breakout. Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah. That. And thanks, Plumbus. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. The court mentioning. Yeah. Thank you. Always informative. I like that. Just want to point out some things that I saw on the charts. I want to keep my eye on them as well. And market is a bit half-ish. Not nice. Can be. Did regain the hip. I like that. And I don't care about that one. Cool, 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 cool. Interesting, I guess. Is there anything else, guys, that you want to see? Any charts or any tickers or whatever? The best meme coin, maybe? What's this doing? Ooh. Fuck me. That could be Zen. Oh, what's that? Zen. Bison? What's that from? Hey, I've been here. Don't remember when, but I've been here. Dang. So obviously we broke some things. What the fuck is this? Okay, I don't remember, but we broke something. Fuck. Wait, look at that. I think I remember that. How do we show it? Yeah, I remember that. I've been talking about that one. Yeah. I think you mentioned that, Prabhu. I think so, back in the day or whatever. Anyhow, moving on. Yeah, still nice thing that we hold on this hip, like freaking sideways move for ages. Run the lows, like every single coin did almost. Run the lows and then send it. So good thing so far. What you're expecting is this as the first resistance right now. What you just literally get into that and start to retrace from it. You need to close anything above that for it to get back at either way on the side retest. That's been already tested, but still, that's still your on the side retest and the high of this. That's your next resistance, right? This whole swing failure that took you all the way over here, you need to flip that. If you don't flip that, you're gonna stay in this whole range, right? Because then you need to aim for 21 bucks. So, and as you can see, it quite heavily and perfectly failed from all those on the side retests, right? So be aware what you're gonna do over here. That's the first aim, and then secondly, you're gonna get back at this. After that, if you close anything above 17, I mean, I would not. The only thing what you should be worried only is this, and the rest is history. All of those wicks, it helped you right now to get higher because all that took the liquidity. There is not much over here anymore left, and then you just start to get higher and higher and higher. But those are the levels for it. As easy as it gets. Yeah, I remember that. We talk about that. Yeah. Start to ring some bells. And I think been a while. Oh. Oh. Wait. Did something play loud? Apparently. Okay. So I don't know if I was right about it. And we are technically doing what I was saying. You don't want to lose this 12, right? I bet you I said that. You don't want to lose that as this is your floor, what you're aiming for. First resistance. There we have it. You didn't even come close to it. What did you do is the underside retest of that was been already tested. You test it twice. You retrace from it. And right now you start to, it's a beginning of regaining it. Why? Because already you have a sneaky close above the previous structure, right? So you are starting to setting higher highs. And after that, you settle a higher high on your wick. So technically this is already gone. This is already gone, not a resistance anymore. You are starting to aim to go higher up. So you're asking what's higher up? Easy as that. So this used to be your resistance, but you took you quite lower. Right now, you start to aim into the high of this structure. That underside read has been already tested twice. That's fine. It still could be a third time. And then the high of that you need to regain. This shouldn't be the issue right now. All of that shouldn't be the issue. Nice. Look at that. All of the liquidity. After that, you have a fair value gap. Oh, sorry, fair value gap. It's a gap. So, by all means, go and take this. Like, seriously, this will look freaking good if you're gonna do something like that. Get back at that. You don't need to regain that stuff, but you just take that liquidity, pull back into the support, and send it. Right? That gives you the break of structure and change of character. Then you're gonna freaking aim for the high stuff. All of that stuff over here. That's super great on that one. This is literally looking like it wants to do that. And watch out for it. Right? Like watch out. Like I hope you're gonna get some of it because it looks really, really good. Thank you, Q. See you later. Appreciate it. But yeah, that looks quite good in my opinion. Like I said, I don't care about the resist anymore. Just go and take out the high of this, and then you start to get back at this tip over here, and you don't need to regain that. Like literally, you don't have the liquidity above it. So getting into that omni, take that out and send it. Or we literally gonna play around with it. Do something like that maybe as well. Maybe small wick a bit below, grab a bit more of liquidity, and then start to grind it. This looks really, really good. And rarely right now, with this kind of big movements, what we used to have like yesterday, whatever, you see still that kind of pocket of liquidity above it. So this has been quite good dropping down. And I like this as well, that even on the way down, there is still much more liquidity. With, yeah, some more or less small gaps, but that's not really big deal. Even high liquidity, that's rarely. Okay, yeah, I think I need to keep an eye on Link as well. I think that this year is gonna be a big year, if everything's gonna be right, right? Yeah, that's a nice one, Prabhu. You got there. Please be in mind. Oh, and I remember something. Just because you are here and you mentioned that. Fuck, what was the ticker? Help me, remind me, Prabhu. You've been asking for that ticker as well a couple times. I used to trade that with Eagle back in the days. Fuck, which one was it? Yeah, I don't remember which letter it starts. No, no arrow. No, 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 no. It's an old one. Not rolled down by a couple. Year or two, three maybe. Fuck, what was the TRB dude? No, fuck that shit. Don't mention that. I mean, it used to be one of my biggest trades, but Trump? Fuck no, Trump. Not a meme coin. ICP? No. God damn it, I can remember it. What's interesting in that one? Oh fuck, Eagle. We've been trading that. It's what you wonder on. I will keep in. Yeah, sorry. No, we used to. There is a coin that Prabhu mentioned it quite a lot of times, and I've been every single time I've been saying that we used to trade that back in the days, like before those major pumps, and it's right now in something like that position. It need to break out from it, and we used to trade it somewhere over here. Fuck. How? What's the name of that? It's on the end of my mind. Check our list. Oh, it's not here. I don't see it here, I guess. It's on my old list. No, it's not here. Wait. I'm gonna show you something. You can see that. Fine. I can move this because I need to check something else, but not for public eyes. Just give me a second. I'm gonna find it. Fuck's sake. I'm gonna find it. Now I need to find it as well. Okay. I got it. Back to. I got it. Watch me. See ya, Mark. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Watch this. This one, I mean. Handle. God damn it, I couldn't figure out. Boy, oh boy. What shall we do with it? I was wondering a bit. See? One of you fed. Yeah, exactly. You've been mentioning it for many times. You remember that as well, Eagle. Handle. We've been fucking trading this over here. I'm still sour about that I didn't hold it for longer, but that's why. That's why I want to mention it, because I remember being crushed just because I asked it. Because yeah, I know. A question is in Discord replying. Yeah. Anyhow, I remember that I used to chart it for you many times, and I've been saying like this gonna look really, really good. And look at that. Like, bro, just fucking another 1.5x. Dang. It's still freaking even holding it. $5 for every question. Yeah, exactly. We rage for sure. Yeah, I remember that. I remember the days, good old days. But yeah, this should be looking really good right now. So here it is, right? This small hip, you've been tested already freaking a lot of times. Flip that and off you go. So I'm seriously going to another. I mean, why not? But even then, like, okay, fuck it. Like, don't think like about the 1x, whatever. Like keep in mind this. Like, if you want to make it easier on you, yeah, why not? Even, sorry, but you even can do this. That's even better, right? So let me put this box over here. This is it. Perfect as it gets. 2 failures from your resistance. Off you go. Yep. Boy, oh boy. And here. Did we do that? Yes. Did we do it twice? Hell yeah. Are we gonna do it third time? Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. Rabu, here it is. You didn't ask for it, but I give it to you. So if you wanted to get on it, dang, all that liquidity. Like I say, you need to regain that high, right? That's the most important right now. Regain that high, come back and set it high low and send it, or buy like spot wise. Fucking hell, buy it. I don't care. Buy it. Yeah, if you don't ask the question, I can answer them. Yeah, exactly. It's the best, right? Hey, but you got the answer either way. And what kind of 1.5x probably. So there he is, right? So yeah, that's a good one. Just because I saw your name, I was like, wait, you've been asking about the different coin as well many times. I don't remember which one it was now. Damn it. Ooh, my shorts are playing out. Oh boy. Love it. Love it. So yeah, good stuff. Good. Anything else, guys? Do you have anything for me? Any questions? Or if you don't have questions, even then I'm gonna answer that. Giggle? What's that? What do in order apply the fix save from the same and crash? If it crash based on the new trackback. Answer that, dude. Yeah. Wait, what? If you are as % pipeline minus the type argument issue, you don't say. Okay. I think your ChatGPT need to take a break. Or you need to cut them a little bit more slack. Dang. So, talking about liquidity grab, this is a really good example. Boy, oh boy, I have no clue what it is, what's been done, and what it's standing for. And this is all from October. 75 token on the BSC, that sense. Okay. This look fucking rough. This is totally not normal if you guys are asking that. So if a token sets a candle body 1.5x from between, let's say, $100 and $250, that's one of the guys. Oh, Jesus. So if this gonna be the case, then I would say to you, I don't think you can even leverage that shit. Or if so, stay away from leverage. But buy now and freaking sell the highs. Because if that's gonna be the case, they're gonna do it this every single fucking time. And I guess, yeah, you're right, let's be for shitting giggles. I don't I don't even want to chart this because there's no point of it. It doesn't even technically somehow it does respect some structure, but barely. But if so the thing is, like, if a token does already this kind of fucking moves, right, in out of the blue, then be certain that that will be the pattern of it. Yep. Expect next move something like this. If it's gonna respect any kind of freaking on the side retest, then yeah. Deposit. Yeah, I mean, fucking hell. Boy, oh boy, someone was smashing it. I hold 50 euros for the reason alone. I don't remember if he tweets that about it, but okay, yeah. I mean, if he tweets about it, then fine. But if that's something like they hold back on the bone and they working on it, like on the chain or whatever, then could be. But that's fucking hell, like. So I'm not even gonna be bothered to chart that. The only thing that I'm gonna say to you is anything in this price range, right? Buy it for shit and giggles, right? Make sure you understand what I mean right now. Shit and giggles, like don't get too excited about it and don't give a shit if you're gonna lose something about it. Same what Stu is doing with Stroll, right? And then make it fucking do 1x and sell anything in between price action of 180 and 250. Done. Tweet about it. First, okay. And second was Binance Exchange listing. Really? And what was the third one then? So, dang. Okay, yeah, there it is. Like, how do you want to fuck over people? Like, send it to the moon and then fucking slowly get rid of it. Like, if this is one of those two exchange listing, then oh boy. Yeah, DTS. Plumbus fat fingering. Yeah. This is Plumbus fat fingering. Jesus Christ, 60. Have a good one, Bravo. But yeah, this is really some fucking pump and fun token for CZ, I guess. Same thing, what is gonna be. When did he buy? When he was saying he's buying? Fuck, I don't remember when we tweet about it. I mean, yeah, of course it will do fine, but like, come on. Oh dang, Lensby, you're going in the fucking rabbit hole. Oh mate. Okay, technically it's not a higher high yet. Body wise, yes, yeah, but still, you need to regain that, and I bet you that's not gonna be possible. What's the? Where is this fucking orange clown? Oh, that goes well. Still, the proper token. They might consider using the Trump token for the dollar currency in the US because it's the same scam and shit that their own fucking country is. But perfect. What's that? 4.6? That's the lowest? What's that? Oh, look at that. Someone fucking fat finger it as well. Dang, boy. 0.2. Fuck no. Holy shit. I guess we're gonna fill this week. Holy shit, I didn't realize that. Oh, dang, boy. Okay, that's that's a proper one. Trompu, what did you do with your own coin? Oh, wait, we should look at it like that. I forgot. Called me up and he said, like, don't, you need to show it like that. That's the proper way how to show this coin. So, that said, when Moon, what the fuck did it do? Holy fuck. Damn, boy. Oh, it's all. Looking good. Holding on. Jesus. Yeah. I'm wondering. Oh, wait. Is it not that October the 10th, his own event? Black Swan event? Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was. But then, funny enough, like, hey, here is the whole joke about it. High, higher high, low, lower low. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, and I'm gonna wrap it up as well because, yeah, fucking hell, because I need to. We have a reason, but we stay quite a long time already. It's been over an hour. And I think we all are happy. Would be so. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you all being here, and take care. And watch out closely to the end of this week, because that's going to be quite interesting. And like I've been mentioning, there are 2 scenarios that could play out, and let's see which one going to be the first. Happy days. Love you all, and trade safe. Yeah. Bye-bye.